Hey guys, quick little intro video. I was getting ready to hit publish today. Cursor was on the button and found out that the USAPA, these three paddles, among others, of the Yola Gen 3, the Hyperion, the Persius, and the Magnus, are no longer USAPA approved. Now, I touched on this a little bit at the end of the video, and as of today, they're no longer approved. Yola is saying it's an administrative error by Yola. The materials that are in these paddles are the same as the paddles provided to the USAPA in September of 2023. So Yola's working hard to get these, get this settled and move on with the process. But I thought I'd put this little intro at the beginning of the video so you guys, little heads up on this. This is what's going on. Excited to see where this is going to go. Really want to hear your comments and thoughts on this. Please watch my video. I kind of touch on this a little bit at the end, some of the issues with these paddles. So I'm anxious to hear your comments. Interesting news today. No longer USAPA approved. All right, guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Watch my video. Here it comes. Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got an exciting review. Got the new Yola Gen 3 paddles in. This has kind of been a long awaited release. We've heard so much about these paddles. We've seen the pros playing these paddles. So I'm very anxious to get out to the court and play with them myself. Just got these bad boys in. Got the Magnus, the Perseus, and the Hyperion. There's other versions of this paddle. I went towards the 16.5 inches long versus the 16 inches long and the 16 millimeter thick. They also come in a 14 millimeter thickness. A lot of the properties of the paddle are the same as previous versions. They have the reactive honeycomb core. They have the carbon friction surface, or the charged carbon surface as they're calling it also. All the Gen 3 paddles are thermoformed. But the big difference in these paddles and what we're hearing the most about is the propulsion core. And what that is, they've got the EVA foam that's just the standard form of thermoforming. That is the foam they inject around the perimeter to increase the twist weight and make the sweet spot larger. And it also adds some more weight, so it's got more plow through. A lot of positive properties. So they've got the EVA foam around the perimeter, and then they add some softer foam. I believe it's a polyethylene foam around the perimeter as well that the core actually kind of rides in. It's a floating core. It gives a kind of a trampoline effect or rebound effect. When a ball hits, it's going to throw the ball out there because the core actually does move a little bit in theory with this softer foam. So everybody believes this is going to be very powerful, reminiscent of the gearbox power that they kind of did it a different way, but it still is a trampoline effect and it still throws the ball. I'm anxious to get out the court with these, see if this propulsion core works. I've got a lot of people lined up that want to hit these as well. Very excited about these paddles. Headed out right now. Hope you're going to be out there as well. We'll hit these new bad boys. All right. They look great. All right. I'll see you out there and I'll be back. Ball just shoots off of the paddle. For better or worse, the ball just shoots off.
Sounds a little hollow.
It does. It's because it's got that floating core. So there's a little space there in theory. It's the new one. So this is the Gen 3 way to get power.
Okay.
And it does. The ball just comes off of it. It does have a weird sound. Sounds like I hit a door. Knocking on a hollow core door.
It's not awful though, the sound.
No.
Yeah.
It's not aggressive.
It's just
bird is mocking me.
Yeah.
You can do better. Or yeah.
I really would have loved to have seen like footage of that day to see if there really was a problem.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Or if somebody was just bitter that we didn't want to play with them.
This is much more like them.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has that more kind of a hollower feel.
Yeah, it sounds a little.
Yeah, it really
sounds more like
sounds
that
hollow.
first one, definitely.
Yeah. It's still controllable. Well,
Yeah.
kind of. It's top
Interesting
heavy
to see
though.
your baseline. What
Yeah, it's top heavy.
what happens next.
Cool ball. Yeah, the ball does shoot off of here. Wild is the. That's weird. They shouldn't be that. Wow, that's a good ball. Got cracked. Ah. Oh, this gives you a lot of confidence. I like this one a lot. Oh. Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh, that's terrible. Sounds like I picked the same spot twice. All right, guys, Yola Hyperion. Okay. This has nice control. I don't know yet, but I really feel like the Hyperion has better control than any of the other Gen 3 Yolas. That was pretty nice. I kind of let up off that just a little bit. All right, let me try and spin a couple. The Yola Hyperion 3. Kind of like that so far. Oh, you can hear that whistling. That had a nice spin. You expect that. The dwell time is going to be there. It's going to really grab the ball. Let me do another one. Yeah. That doesn't have a lot of initial turn. But when it hits the ground, it really takes off. So, late movement, always better than early movement. That was really nice. All right. All right, guys. Yola Magnus 3. Let's go after this cone. Let me jump on a little bit more. That was, I tried to kind of gear down there a little bit. Ah, that's me again. Let me go after this. Let me go after it. I kind of think about the power with this paddle and try and gear down a little bit. There, that was really pretty. That was really pretty. Let me try and spin a couple with this. I think it's going to spin just fine. All right, let me go. Yeah, nice spin. Nice controllable spin. Yeah, nice controllable spin. Both of those went right toward the target, right where I was aiming. All right. Little Yola, Persius. Gonna go after this cone. Yeah. I'm gonna go after it again. Yeah. Okay, let me spin this. Not as accurate as I would like. All right. Yeah, this is already starting to make some sound. Yeah, going after it again. Yeah, not much spin, but I kind of wonder. It's already starting to make that crackling sound. It's not great. All right, guys, I'm back. Just spent the last week and a half, 2 weeks with these paddles, hitting all 3 of these paddles. And what I'm going to say about these paddles goes with a huge caveat and a big concern. In the opening, I talked about the reactive honeycomb polymer core. They call it the propulsion core because it sets in that polyethylene, foam, and it actually moves and trampolines the ball out there. It rebounds the ball out there. It throws it off the face. That is a cool idea. And right out of the box, as soon as you take it out of the packaging and get it on the court, these paddles are magic sticks. The ball just flies off of there. Spin is incredible. You can control everything. The accuracy, the consistency, all of it's there. Easy depth, great serves. And once again, you throw top spin, back spin, side, whatever spin, it just grabs it. The dwell time is wonderful. They're quick at the net. They've just good defense to offense. These paddles are all world right out of the packaging. Now, every time you hit them after that, they start to degrade. But they degrade. I have 3 of these. They degrade at different speeds. The Hyperion 3 that I'm holding right now has not degraded at all. It's actually just gold. It's still as good as it was. And it's a lot of fun to hit, a lot of fun to play with. The Magnus 3 has started to degrade. You can hear it. It sounds like that anyway. It sounds very hollow. The sound is not great. Everybody comments on the sound right away. But it's starting to get worse. It's starting to throw the ball, kind of delamination, core crush, whatever you want to cause it. There's something within that core setup where the core, it's a floating core. Something in that setup is breaking, and I'm not really sure where it is in the EVA, polyethylene, whatever. It's part of the foam or the core itself. Not exactly sure, but there's a moving part in there that degrades over time. The Persius. In the filming of this, during where I'm hitting at the cones, its Persius broke. It just fractured. I mean, it is. I wish I could make it sound right in there maybe. It broke. It has that cracking sound. If you've watched reviews out there, and I've heard rumors of all this stuff, that these paddles are doing that, and they're having to come up with a new plan possibly, or the returns, or it's a little bit chaotic right now. Something in here breaks. This one, after a week and a half, and honestly, I'm not hitting with all these 3 paddles all the time. I'm not out on the court all the time, although I am out on the court every day, but I don't hit with these for hours. This broke in a week and a half. I mean, it's broke, and now you can't hit any. The ball just flies. It's all over the place. There's no control, no anything. So it does it at different times, and you don't really know when that's going to happen, but you can hear it. There's a pretty substantiated rumor out there. I've heard it so many places now and from so many different people that Ben Johns is no longer playing with this. He is using these skins on top of his old Perseus. I've heard that from a lot of different places. I don't know that's true, but I've heard a lot of different places that is happening. And I could almost see that. You just have to replace these paddles so often to play with them. I can't imagine that it's working very well. I would love to hear from you guys. If you've tried these, what you found with them, if that happened to you. I don't think I just got a bad batch. I've heard it too much out there. If it's happened to you, what do you think is going to come from this Gen 3 next, and what they might try next? Now, I'm going to throw just a little bit of extra in here because I'd love your comments on. I feel like I'm going to get a little pushback on this anyway because these paddles are expensive. People have purchased them. Like I say, the Hyperion still is. It's still fine. It does really good. So maybe just different ones are doing at different rates. I don't know about the 14 millimeters. I don't know if they're doing that or not because I only have the 16 millimeters. So let me bounce to just a little bit of extra here. What are your thoughts on where this is going? All these paddle companies are trying to come up with this rebound effect, the throwing, the trampoline effect of the ball being thrown back. I saw Zane's video on, he thinks maybe like baseball, go back to the wood bat at upper levels. Because of this, is it going to ruin rec play? Now, I don't mind the speed. I love the speed. I love the spin. I love all the attributes that come with it. But this is an all-inclusive sport with a lot of different ages. From I teach a 5-year-old up to older ages. It's fine. It includes all those. But is that going to diminish some of that if we get too powerful? The court is only 44 feet long. Do we need that much? Is it just going to come into the hardest hit wins? I don't know. I'd love to hear you guys' thought on this. What you think is about to happen to this sport if these paddles are going to be legal in the future. The gearbox, the Hyperion like this, this trampoline effect, how much of this are we going to allow? I'd love to hear you guys talk. I have a feeling I'm going to get a little pushback on this video. This paddle right out of the package is a magic stick. After that, it just continues to get worse, and that's a shame. It's really a shame because this paddle is really cool. All right, guys, as always, hit like, hit subscribe. Don't be too rough in the comments, but I am anxious to see them. So, all right, get out and play. Summer is almost here. All right, guys. Let the paddle kind of do its thing.
Yeah. Nice.
The core's going to throw it. Just, yeah, that's pretty good. Let the core